Alright, so I just realised that the dresser we got in our room is fairly a good height-ish for us to just sit down and kind of not have to hold the camera and look moderately normal, and I don't
Modesty?
feel... moderately normal, and I don't feel like my face is so fat. And what's that, your smoothie from earlier. So we got back, we're back now from Queens, and I feel, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but I feel a lot more secure in hotel cards.
Is that what you wanted to say for when you got in?
Oh yeah, I was going to say, as much as I feel safer in this room, I still kind of have a feeling that whenever we come back, I'm going to open the door and it's just going to be trashed or something. Anyway, back to the video for this. So the show, Cirque Du Soleil show. So the Cirque Du Soleil show was amazing, incredible. Kind of just wasn't sure whether I would enjoy it that much, but I did just...
No, what I was worried about was that once that guy sat in front of you, and I was like, oh no.
Basically,
I was really, really worried that was just going to ruin the whole day.
It wasn't a sold out show. I could see a few seats that were not filled, and there was like 2 in front of us, or 3 in front of us that weren't filled. And the show started...
In the second act. Oh, right, yeah.
As the show started, there's 3 seats spare in front of us, and I had a great view. You know, we were right at the back, but it was quite, a smallish kind of... It wasn't small, it was quite big. It was quite big, but it wasn't as big so that you couldn't see anything. There was a great view of the stage and everything. We were on the side, and then a guy came in about 5 minutes into the show, sat down right in front of me, and he was he wasn't massive, but he was tall.
He was
and
really
it was like
tall.
It was just the equivalent of like that, and then like you try and lean over, and then he's turned his head.
Oh, he was just moving around the whole time.
And it's he was with this girl who was like had her phone up and then she got a big camera up taking pictures, and one was like, excuse me, no pictures please, thank you.
That was before the show started.
Before the show started, sorry. And she just put her camera down, and then while the show was starting, phone up, taking pictures. I hate people like that. Just anyway. So yeah, the show was brilliant. I mean, just what can you even say? I mean, we're not going to do a full review of it or anything, but just perfect. Well, not perfect, but a great blend of like showmanship, athleticism, music, performance, atmosphere, just incredible. I mean, the athleticism was off the charts, almost perfect. Just amazing stuff. I mean, there was like 2 parts where like someone messed up, and when they messed up, it really wasn't even that. Like they covered it.
There were probably other parts as well we just didn't notice.
Exactly, there's probably a lot of other things that you didn't notice. But
they're so professional.
Yeah.
One of them was the guy dropping a ball.
Yeah.
So that was pretty like...
He just picked it back up and just went straight back to it. I mean, there was like a huge kind of... I think there's 3 or 4 kind of big poles going up, and then like up at the top there was like a big circular thing where up at the top there was a big circular thing, and there were people like descending from it, there were people going up to it, there was people constantly climbing down the rafters and up the rafters and going up, and things are going, the wires flipping. They're just amazing. Amaluna was the show, and if you see the DVD or the Blu-ray, you should buy it or whatever, rent it, whatever, try it, just watch it, because it's an amazing show.
Yeah.
But Cirque Du Soleil, they are fantastic, and again, the first night that we spent together, we watched a bit of it on our laptop, and we never really watched it.
You made it sound weird. The first night that we spent together, we watched Cirque Du Soleil.
Yeah. Well, among other things, we listened to Carl Pilkington podcasts and had a laugh with that.
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais podcasts.
Anyways.
Yes, anyway. So, Cirque du Soleil. It was brilliant. A brilliant experience. And one I won't be forgetting anytime soon. And I have to say, that in no way should that be the first and last time we go to a Cirque du Soleil show. Amazing. And we should probably get seats a bit further now that we know that it would definitely be worth it. But I still feel like even though we're at the back, we had a great...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Awesome stuff. Anything you want to add?
It was just like everything was like high speed, or where you go whoa and stuff like that, because it was just such strong people, like and doing stuff that would kill you if they did it wrong.
Yeah.
Like they would die on them, because they could fall on their necks and stuff, and that was really impressive. However, after the 30-minute intermission, or however long it was, there was one act, and then there was this girl that came out. and she was balancing sticks on each other.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as fast-paced as it was, they kind of had to have moments to slow it down a bit. They had like a comedy act with these kind of two women, and I just kind of, it was hit and miss for me, but you know, it was, parts of it were enjoyable, but...
Every circus has clowns.
Of course.
And they were the clowns of the circus.
Yeah.
And it is basically just to keep people entertained
yeah.
while they're getting the next act ready.
I understand the purpose. I'm just saying for me, it was, you know, hit and miss, you know, but it did hit sometimes, it missed other times, but anyway, so they brought it down.
I quite enjoyed it. But yeah, so this stick thing, the music just made it so much better. It was this girl, I don't know how many sticks it was, 20 or something. Started out with like smaller ones and they got bigger and bigger and bigger. And she was just balancing them on top of each other. The first one she was really taking her time with. She was balancing it on one stick. And they were shaped differently. It was like thin and they got thicker.
Curved.
But curved, yeah, and curved. And she balanced it and was just holding it and I was like, okay. And I was just sitting like, and I could feel my mouth going dry, my lips going dry because I just sat there like, whoa, what is going on? I was kind of transfixed, is that what you call it?
That's it.
And she just kept balancing sticks on sticks and it looked like this massive stick feather in the end. And it was pretty long, it was like probably 2 meters long in the end. And at some point she tried to put one stick on and she had to put it down and balance, like even everything out. And the music was really like, I don't even know how to describe it, was like meditating yoga.
Tense.
Yeah, tense.
Added tension.
But meditating music in a way. And so it kind of made me go like, it was like a trance almost for me.
I could tell.
Not trance music,
I could tell some people were getting impatient with or bored of
like
this.
the guy in front of you, that's why I laughed, by the way, because he was like...
Oh no, I didn't notice that. I just noticed the guy behind us just going...
yeah. Okay. Anyways,
Well,
and then...
I wasn't afraid.
Let me finish. And then... you talked so much. It's my time now.
I agree.
And then... she finished it and she put it on her head and it was spinning the whole time. And during the music, what really got me was that you heard her or something over the speakers going...
I didn't notice that.
I really noticed it. It was like proper focusing, like, okay, you know, and I'm pretty sure it was her. Because they probably heard her do it. It was like, good, keep that in there, you know? Because when it was getting really like, okay, this is gonna fall, and I kept thinking about, what do you call that game? Where
Jenga.
Yeah, I was thinking about Jenga, where you're like, okay,
Yeah.
got one here now, I'm just gonna carefully, it was the other way around. And I was thinking, well, I don't know, it's probably cheating somehow, if they're probably placed in a way that you can, like, you know, snap them on each other or something. And then, in the end, she took the last stick, which they got bigger and bigger, and she put the things on top of it, and she actually had to raise her arms as she was standing up. And put it on there, and it kept spinning, like, really slowly, and people were like, woo! Going crazy. I don't know if half of them were happy that it was over.
Yeah.
But I was...
It was a great build-up and then it paid off.
It was amazing, and you could tell she was like...
Yeah, big grin on her face.
Yeah, and it was like relief washed over her. And then she goes all over the way to the front. And again, it's like at least 2 meters long, this thing. And it looked kind of pretty too. It looked like something I would want to see at a museum, and I'll be like... She lifts the first stick off and it all falls off, and I'm like, okay, it was real. It was a reason why she was so relieved. If she would have made one move too fast or quick or put it on the wrong way or something like that, it would have all fallen together. It was amazing.
I think personally either there was some kind of like tiny grooves in the sticks to make them kind of, you know, go on the right spot, or there was some kind of magnets involved where maybe they were demagnetized for that bit at the end. But even still, it was a really impressive.
I'm pretty sure that if she made a wrong move, even if that's the case, it would fall apart.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some trickery involved there, but still was just insanely impressive, and that was a cool thing because
I look forward to seeing that on the Blu-ray.
It wasn't just like, you know, people doing flips and bending their bodies, and that was impressive, but that was something that was a little bit more different,
so different.
A bit more skillful. Well, not more skillful, but a different kind of skill. So, you know.
Well, the whole thing is really an art show, isn't it?
And also, I really loved the music. There was like people with like, you know, instruments and singing and stuff. And I was saying to Connie, I was saying, how live do you think this music is? Because it was
the singing was definitely live.
The singing was, but I wasn't sure about the instruments. I mean, I know that you can have
2 guitars, electric guitars now.
Yeah, guitars. You know, not violin, but there's like a cello or something like that.
Was it cello? Yeah.
Yeah. But really, the most kind of, I don't know if it's most impressive, but when there's a woman spinning on a hoop, like literally like 50 feet in the air, spinning around. Oh, and
even balancing on the back of her head.
Using just her neck on this hoop, unreal.
Insane.
And one thing I thought to myself, I've got to remember this for the video when we talk about it. There was, I think some of the more Asian people in the group, they were spinning. They were holding on to things and they were suspended about 10 feet from the floor, and it was spinning so fast.
So long.
It looked like CGI, because their faces were there. Because it was spinning so fast, it was like staying there and like moving.
Was that when I said the thing about Lily?
Yeah, and you said about Lily. But
they were going
so fast
for probably at least half a minute to a minute. And I was just thinking, Jesus, they must be feeling so sick.
It just didn't look real. It looked like CGI, and I was just like, that was just like.
I noticed that you reacted to one of the guys when they had that. What do you call one of these?
Seesaw.
Seesaw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And they were jumping on it and going up, jumping, and one of them did like a backflip or something, and he landed on his hands, a handstand on top of another guy's hands, and I heard he go
yeah,
something.
That was really impressive.
Like, yeah. And then I also thought like, yes, he is enjoying it.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't hear that. Yes, he is enjoying it.
Because I don't really sit there and go, oh, you know, I get really into it, just kind of, you know. So.
Like, first of it, I didn't even want to clap because I was so.
Yeah. So.
Oh, did you notice how in the beginning there was red? It started off with this very thin silk scarf, or not scarf, but like silky sheet that was
in a spotlight.
In the air, but there was nothing holding it. I couldn't see what was the reason why it looked like a flame.
It was just like magical. It was just like.
Yeah, I was thinking, where are the threads? How are they doing this? And then I noticed that there were fans all the way around it,
so
and
pretty simple.
Obviously perfectly placed so that it never stayed on the ground or never went outside of the circle. So it started out with red, and they ended it with a blue one. And I was like, oh, it's over. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's well done.
They really built to a nice ending, and
yeah,
there was no doubt that was the end, because they really built to a nice crescendo at the end.
It was great.
Even before the show had started, there was some of the performers were slowly walking around the crowd and just looking around, and it was just slowly build. It was like it was building up to the show starting, and people, you know, the performers were like, you know, suddenly someone would pop up there, and then someone was popping up there.
It is performance art.
Yeah, it was awesome. So
it was amazing. We could probably go on and on.
Yeah, we probably could.
The point is, if you haven't seen anything from Cirque Du Soleil before, watch it, and you should definitely check this one as well.
Yeah. So you had a nice birthday. Going to see Cirque Du Soleil.
It's a good birthday.
Alright, then we're going to go to sleep because we are knackered. We had a long day. And probably got another long day ahead of us, so. Lights out.
We've got another long 3 weeks.
Another long 3 weeks, yeah.